Lost your wheel, have you, mate? Hey? Couldn't afford the other half? What are you doing, going around measuring the town, are you? Measuring? No?
I'm a juggler, I reply. I know my body language and tone could easily be misinterpreted as embarrassment. But the emotion I'm trying to hide isn't embarrassment, not even modesty. If it were, I could have my question and see my distress and move on to something else. Instead, the interrogator tugs at the thread, pulling as hard as they can, forcing me to unravel a conversation which is almost as practiced and rehearsed as my act. It's not their fault, it's mine. I shouldn't have a job that sparks off so much interest, seems so wacky and unusual from the outside, and yet so normal to me. Perhaps these encounters are a fresh chance to remind myself how lucky I am to have a job I love. But instead, they just leave me feeling a little depressed. I'm good at opinions. I'm not good at anecdotes or jokes. It's difficult to get an opinion into a conversation in which one half is almost entirely ignorant. That's not a criticism of them. Why on earth should they know the differences between what I do and what Ronald McDonald or Cirque du Soleil do? It just makes it difficult for me to connect with someone in this particular conversation in any meaningful way. I know this because I've had this conversation hundreds of times, and it results in one of two things: an uncomfortable parting, or my other tactic, a swift and forced change of subject. I know some artists thrive for the chance to engage in this interaction, driving the conversation about themselves, enthralling onlookers, treating the conversation as a performance in itself. Again, I can't criticise too much. I'm a performer by trade and doing a show about my experiences and thoughts. But I'd like to think my ego is a little different from this constant need for attention. But then everyone thinks their own particular brand of ego is unique. I suspect I just have a bad attitude towards the whole thing and should answer chartered accountant when asked, what do you do for a living?
So what's your real job?